The signal returned at dawn. Faint, broken, but unmistakably human. Jonas stared at the receiver, afraid to breathe. Each pulse of sound was a heartbeat, a whisper from the dark. He scribbled the rhythm into his logbook, tracing the intervals, decoding between gusts of interference. H-E-L-P. Then silence. Ah! The word lingered in the air like a ghost. He leaned closer to the transmitter, his voice cracking. "This is Jonas Hale, Colony Echo survivor. Identify yourself." Static. Then one final pulse. Coordinates. He repeated them out loud, disbelief growing with every number. Sector 7, Ridge Alpha. 30 kilometers east. He hadn't traveled that far in years. The storms out there were vicious electromagnetic cyclones that could strip the metal from a crawler in minutes. But if someone was calling for help, he couldn't ignore it. The old exploration crawler hummed reluctantly to life, its solar panels trembling under strain. He packed everything: water, rations, energy cells, his logbook, and an old plasma pistol that still smelled of ozone. Before leaving, he stood in front of the transmitter once more. If this is a trap, fine. If it's hope, better. Either way, I'm done talking to ghosts. Door hisses open. Storm wind rushes in. He climbed aboard and steered into the blood-red desert. The crawler rumbled across dunes of iron dust, the sky boiling with distant lightning. "You know," he said aloud, "I used to hate driving through this sector. Too quiet. Too empty." He caught his reflection in the cracked viewport, a face aged by solitude, eyes hollow, but still burning. The onboard AI, a relic called a URA, crackled to life through old speakers. Aura, Jonas Hale. Atmospheric instability detected. Travel not advised. Jonas. Yeah, well, advice noted. For a moment, he smiled. He'd reactivated Aura months ago, just for company. Her voice was a thread of sanity in a world gone silent. Aura. Destination. Ridge Alpha. Probability of survival. 17%. Jonas. Guess we'll make it 18. The storm began to build. Tendrils of purple lightning stretching across the sky like veins of a dying god. Metallic rain pattered against the hull. Crawler's lights dimmed, struggling. The storm visibility dropped to 0. Sand and static consumed everything. He gripped the controls tight, fighting to keep the vehicle upright. "Come on, hold together." A lightning bolt struck nearby, the shockwave lifting the crawler off the ground. It slammed down hard, skidding sideways before stopping dead. Systems flickered. A URAS voice broke into distortion. Aura. Critical damage. Power core failing. Jonas. Restart protocol. Aura. Acknowledged. Error. Unable to comply. He slammed his fist into the console. Lights died. The world outside screamed. For a moment, all that remained was darkness and the pounding of his heart. Then, through the chaos, he saw it. A flash on the horizon. Not lightning. A beacon. Seen. The beacon. Jonas forced the hatch open and stepped into the storm. The wind tore at him, grit slicing his face, but he pressed forward one step at a time toward that blinking light. It pulsed through the haze, rhythmic, steady, human-made. He stumbled over debris, old drones, skeletal remains of supply pods, until he reached a ridge overlooking a crater. In its center, a crashed escape ship. The beacon pulsed from its hull, the word "help" etched into scorched plating. He slid down the ridge, boots sinking into wet dust, heart hammering. Inside the wreck, he found scorched consoles, melted glass, and an emergency stasis pod. Its status light flickered green. He wiped the frost from the glass. Inside, a woman. Alive. He tore open the pod's panel and rerouted power from his pack. The system hissed, decompressing. Steam rolled out like breath from a sleeping giant. The woman gasped, eyes snapping open. For the first time in years, Jonas heard another human voice. Woman. "Where am I?" Jonas shaking. You're safe. You're on Colony Echo. Or what's left of it." Woman. Colony. Echo. Jonas. "What's your name?" Woman. Dr. Lyra Quinn. Terraforming Division. Jonas stepped back, stunned. "I thought everyone was gone." Lyra. "So did I." They sheltered in the wreckage as the storm began to fade. Lightning faded to whispers on the horizon. He lit a small fire from compressed fuel cells. For the first time, there were two shadows instead of one. Lyra. How long? How long have you been here, Jonas? I stopped counting after the first 1,000 days. Lyra. You stayed alive all that time, Jonas? Hope's a stubborn habit? Lyra. I sent that signal weeks ago. Thought no one would hear. They sat in silence. Outside, the wind calmed. Above them, through a tear in the storm, the twin suns broke through, painting the desert gold. For the first time in years, he didn't feel alone. The storm had taken everything, but left something behind. Proof that humanity's light, however faint, refused to die. He looked at her, voice quiet. Welcome back to Earth's ghost, he said. Then let's wake it up.